Hi, greetings, welcome. This is a update on the Taylora online course prices update. There, I've risen the prices up accordingly, and going to be some explanations of why. Um, the first reason is where Tai Chi and Qigong fits in the greater picture, in terms of like where fits in terms of healthcare and solving healthcare issues. In my experience working for the VA over the past 3 years, I've recently resigned my position. Um, is that it basically holistically solves a lot of pain and mobility issues. That's like a really simple way to put it. If you look at what it costs in terms of time, travel, energy to go see a normal physiotherapist, physical therapist, chiropractor, all these things, the the real thing, like Tai Chi as a system and Qigong, are starting to solve those things at a very deep level. Um, so the first thing is like a kind of a benefit cost analysis of going into those practitioners, kind of divvying up the bill, seeing how much that costs. Why Tai Chi and Qigong is better, I would say, is that it's teaching you how to um, basically fix those pain problems and have a system that you keep, that you know how to deal with these issues, potentially for yourself and also for your family and loved ones, generationally. Okay, so that um, and that's part of the reason why I think the VA, you know, started to include Tai Chi and Qigong, as legitimate clinical providers, because the cost of hiring full time, uh, for an employee's whole life, basically, as a physical therapist or whatever, chiropractor, acupuncturist, that takes a huge cost on the healthcare system. And what Tai Chi and Qigong are doing as holistic modalities are getting you to solve those problems so that you don't have to pay back into the system. It's a self um, rewarding practice. So it saves you a lot of money in the long term. Okay, that's one of the reasons I've raised the prices is because people they didn't quite understand that. They didn't quite understand the the amount of responsibility and work that it would take um, to solve those issues. And if you do them and you do them diligently, um, and people were like, there were three people that bought the $99 course, and I can see who accesses it, when they access it, what they're working on. People, especially nowadays, they just kind of buy these things and treat it like a toy, and just kind of throw it away. So this material, is to be respected. It's for you, the people that are serious about transformation and change, and solving their mobility and pain issues. Um, and I was really proud of the veteran class that they would come in consistently to the group classes and the one-on-ones, and they got a really good taste of what this work means. Because it started to kind of address like the inside, the internal, and what they would need to do to start to get on that path and stay on it if they wanted that change. Some don't. That's fine. But the other thing is that the veterans that were in the current class, they have access to this material for free. But if you're a paying member of the public, you're gonna have to pay. Okay. Um, so yeah, we're also talking about things. I'm just reading from like my website, which I'll get back up. We're doing the whole thing, 2026. So working within the VA whole health and pain rehabilitation divisions, um, working with a large number of patients on a daily basis, um, patients with varying degrees of PTSD, TBI, traumatic brain injury, MST, sexual assault, musculoskeletal disorders, uh, balance issues, obviously, varying degrees of balance, um, and how to fix that. Uh, Diabetes, weight management, fall prevention, and then general exercises for stress relief, and again, pain movement rehabilitation. So this isn't like a plaything or a toy. These are serious tools to just solve your pain issues. And I've offered a lot of free training for instructors that has been kind of not respected, as well as a lot of free training through YouTube, um, which I continue, and you can keep training through that. And I encourage that. Um, but at a certain point, this stuff goes like really deep, the internal training, and eventually, I'd love for people to come out and train with me. Um, and I'll talk about setting up a retreat container for that in the future. But let's also look at, because people, maybe they don't know or something, what's going on right now economically. Inflation, goes up. I resigned from the VA because of the politics, the partisan politics that are affecting care, and it was becoming an environment basically that wasn't mission focused on the veteran. It was very much on partisan politics in the office place, which to me was not an acceptable environment to be teaching in. So let's look at cost of living. In New Hampshire, there are no state income taxes, which is great. Only federal income taxes. My cost of living is $1,200 per month in a studio, one-bedroom apartment, which is a pretty good deal for New Hampshire. The cost of living in New Hampshire is astronomically high, like dangerously high for most people. We've got groceries, okay, heat, electric bill, okay, internet, so I can make these videos for you. Gas, and now my current job is like driving delivery, so there's no health benefits. Healthcare, my healthcare carryover from the VA is $714 per month, which means as a human being in America, if something happened to me, like an accident, a car accident or something, that is completely covered by health insurance. There's no deductible. I think that should be normal, but it's obviously not. There's a lot of Americans I've had researching healthcare plans. There's a large deductible if something were to happen to them if they're hospitalized, which to me is insane. Okay, so for me to offer my knowledge, my services, my expertise, I was considered a subject matter expert through the VA for Tai Chi and Qigong. I've risen the prices, okay, and that means that as a student, that when you buy it, you're automatically coming with respect of the material, so that you can get what you actually need, not from there to solve those issues, okay. And of course, there's going to be a lot of students. If I lower the prices so much, which I did over the past year, to make it more accessible, you're gonna have a lot of people that basically what they call like tire kickers or like jokers, a lot of trolls. They might buy it and they just don't do anything with it. So this price increase is to reflect and mirror back the importance, the value, and the investment that you as a human being to help you solve those issues and make sure that they're solved, and that you can reverse engineer and solve your own issues to become independent and free, most importantly. Um, those price increases have been reflected. Okay, for the full price of the full system, 37 form, like Negong, Qigong, push hands, like everything, um, and in a way that's manageable for most people to learn that over time. You know, that's for most people, that's gonna set them up for life, if not several lifetimes. There are more advanced material and courses, stuff that I'm working on and stuff, but if you can't make it through these things and fix the problems that these systems and material was designed to fix and solve, then you're definitely not ready for the more advanced stuff. It would just be a waste of time and money again, no matter what it was priced. So I hope that makes sense. Again, the veterans that we're currently training, they have access to all this stuff for free, as well as like an open line to me and my energy. But for the general public, there's definitely, I'm setting a boundary, a healthy boundary, and they're not getting access to my energy and my energy field and my knowledge and expertise without making an investment and coming to me with some kindness and sincerity. And I think more people should do that. So yeah, so looking forward through 2026, also making investment. Why it's being priced this way is because I need an investment in new camera gear, preferably 4K or 8K camera gear to film more material. And that again, like once you buy the full course, that new material goes straight in. You don't have to pay for more of it. Like a lot of online courses, Tai Chi and other stuff, you have to keep paying for more and more and more. These two courses are designed, it literally just makes it easier for me too. So it's going to make it easier for you. You buy it once and for the full course, and all the new materials funneled into there. Okay, you don't have to keep buying more stuff. If you want in-person training, then there will be opportunities for that. I'm not really big anymore on like one-to-one or private lessons, unless you're like really serious about making a commitment to teacher-student relationship. I'd rather have an opportunity for the public to come to like retreats and stuff, which I'll be setting up and filmed. So we'll be looking at spaces for that. Some fun spaces. I really love spending time in the Pacific Northwest. There's some great healing energies there, as well as possibly in Southeast Asia. So that's where your money will be going, is an investment into the greater system, to help other people and to do that. So thanks, a bit of a rant, but the last thing too is that actually the very last video I made was some recommendations on other teachers, other courses. I'm not the only teacher in the thing. Some people, it's like some of the same material, Wang Shensheng's material, but the transmission teacher to teacher is going to be pretty vastly different, even if it's the same physical container. And you'll find out with some teachers, the way that they're doing things is unique to them, And as a student, that's your responsibility to kind of find out what works best for you. And I, as a teacher, I'm really big on transparency and accountability. Um, Getting students to change and level up requires a great commitment to yourself.